What's crappin' in fun seekers? My friend Steve Parker, one of my favorite fun seekers, decided to buy himself a car from Connecticut down to Florida. You know how it goes with these shipping companies, you know, they just kind of like, there's no rhyme or reason to their schedule. They just call you and go, meet us at Walmart. In this case, it was Lowe's, and he also couldn't get in the Lowe's parking lot. So now it's like and by the way, I'm in between dental implants. It's a long story. No, I don't smoke crack. Had a injured tooth when I was a kid, and it's been a lifelong problem, but I have this prosthetic tooth that I normally have in. I call it a prostitute, and I don't go anywhere without my prostitute normally, but I just cleaned out my car, so I don't have my prostitute in. So you're just gonna have to deal with the whole crackhead theme today, which is probably fine because we're dealing with a shipping company anyway. So I am on a, what do you call that? Like a treasure hunt to find this truck to unload Steve Parker's new ride. I'm really excited about this car. It's really super cool. Something I've always wanted for myself, but I'm not nearly responsible and or clean enough to have something like this. So welcome to the Grease Belly Garage, Crackhead Edition. Come on. There we go. Come on, baby. Well, here's an odd place to take delivery of a car. Looks like he's having fun. This is a 1971 1971 Chevy Chevelle. What do we got? Oh, a little boogered spot.
Probably can be fixed.
Yeah. What are these headlight things, I wonder? Oh, those are LED bulbs.
Hopefully that comes off. Looks like it does.
I can barely see half the...
It's a little dirty for an enclosed trailer.
Today, tornado. Rain. This is a little bit good.
Right.
Good.
Wonder what that is. Some kind of a...
Yeah, it looks like a... Yeah, that's probably an antenna for an aftermarket stereo.
Well, which is what it has.
Yeah. Oh. Some issues here. Looks like...
Yeah, I thought that was some kind of a shield, but that's some kind of a
That's
light.
an LED bulb, yeah. I think it's got halos in it too, like the buggy. Tinted windows.
You get to keep that?
Riddler wheels. It's a pretty nice car. Should be a big block 4-speed car. It says 454, but I think it's a 468 or something now. Yeah, make sure it starts and everything in case we got to run and get some tools.
It must have started. He said there ain't much gas in it.
Okay, well that's normal. What's your gut telling you, Steve?
This'll tell me.
That's right. I don't see too many flaws on it. It's just filthy, is what I see.
Yeah. I'm surprised in the enclosed
Yeah.
trailer, but I mean it's fabric,
Yeah,
so
I guess stuff can get in there.
Might
But
have a leak.
you're going to end up cleaning it anyway. I know you. So
Absolutely.
you're going to clean it the Steve Parker way.
Clay bar, everything.
Yeah, all that.
All
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably went down and spent $1,000 at the detail shop, Steve.
No, I ordered it on Amazon.
Oh, there you go. Sounds good, Steve Parker.
This thing's about to blow my ears
All I
out.
had to do was just sit in the driveway and listen for you to come and then hit record. Definitely doesn't have catalytic converters. All right, Steve Parker, let's get down to brass tacks. What's your real gut impression about this?
glad your phone went off.
Well,
The ring camera.
the clutch pedal is right on the floor.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping that's
Yeah,
an
not
adjustment.
noise.
Yeah.
The steering is like something's not kosher with that.
Uh-huh.
Got
Well.
killer good brakes, I know that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it's got an aftermarket radio, I believe. That's one of those,
Yeah, it's a brand new
Ret-
one because
retro
the,
sound.
the clear thing is not even off.
That's right. I think they call those retro tunes or something like that.
And I don't know what this is. It's a USB for.
That's a charger. It's a charge port to charge your phone and stuff.
You think?
It looks like a female. Hold it up again.
Yeah, it's a female.
Yeah, that's just a charge port so you can charge your phone and stuff on demand.
Okay.
It's got a
So-
Tremec 5-speed.
Yeah. It was obviously a Malibu column shift.
It was, yes. So they didn't take the column collar out.
No.
I hate that. I hate it when they do that. That's just me, though. You might like it. I think it's got a smaller aftermarket steering wheel, of course.
Lug nut socket.
Lug nut socket, that's good. For the Riddler rims. It looks like it's got some kind of a speaker doober in the back, Steve. Did you try to turn the radio on yet?
Heck no.
Probably sounds pretty good, I would think.
I haven't tried anything yet. I just was worried about.
Yeah, this dash cover, Steve, is one of those overlays. If you feel down, you can feel the 2 layers here, which is fine, you know.
I was gonna say I don't think I'll be changing it.
No, I'd leave it alone. Makes the dash look a little more padded, you know?
That's how much fuel it has.
It's a Tremec 5-speed.
Yeah.
Either it was an original 4-speed car or they got a 4-speed console for it.
No, it was a column car. Remember?
That's right. We just saw that, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah.
The parking brake pedal pad has already fallen off.
It's hot in there, that's for sure.
It sure is.
I think I know how to.
Here's the money shot. There we go. Okay, this is your expertise here, Steve. So, announce what you see.
Well, you don't know what's hidden under the valve cover.
No.
Don't know what kind of carburetor that is for sure, but it's a Holley type brand.
Oh, there's a little gauge over here. Yes, on.
Tubular A-frames, upper and lower. Brand new master and
that?
booster.
Absolutely. High flow air
This is
filter.
Fuel pressure regulator.
That's right. Yep, right over there.
Inline cleanable fuel filter. Fuel pressure gauge. MSD billet distributor with mechanical advance, which is good because as big a camshaft as this thing must have in it, you're going to have 0 vacuum.
That's right.
So
Hooker headers. I see the sticker that says Hooker.
yeah,
I think those are long tubes. Yep, those are long tubes. Got a, looks like a hydraulic clutch. That's good too. I like that better.
Maybe that's why because the clutch is like right on the floor. Okay.
Come on.
It's got some kind of alarm system, I believe.
Maybe, yeah, there's some kind of a
Electric
plunge
locks
switch
or
there.
something. Something's going on right here. Or did go on right here.
Yep. Looks like something melted under the hood at one point.
No, that's
Well, that's metal damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something got torqued in there and touched up
well, didn't get touched up very well,
poorly.
but we'll at least it didn't dent the hood.
Yeah,
So we can straighten that out and
make it look better. Gonna separate the
that.
overflow tank here.
RHS cylinder heads, they're expensive.
Yep. And this was a 454 block, but it's a 468 now. Is that what you said?
Well,
or do we even know for sure?
That's what they said.
Yes.
But being fairly experienced in that, he told me that this motor was 30 over. So a 30 over 454 only makes a 460.
Right.
If you want a 468, you have to go 60 over.
So maybe it's 60 over.
It's either 60 over or it's a stroked 30 over a little bit, which you can get 468 that way too. So that's why I'm hoping to talk to the original car builder.
The guy that built the car, correct? Yeah.
Since he's just in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, not far from us. A few hours away.
What is the deal?
Well, my gut impression, Steve, if you care to know, is that it's actually a pretty good car.
Yeah, it's just,
it's a really
I knew
good,
perfectly well that I was not going to get a car that I was not going to have to do some parkerizing to.
Well, that's never happened in the history of the world.
Well,
okay?
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, that's a
I
sure.
don't. Hopefully, I don't know what's going on with the steering. It wanders.
You know that rod for the hydraulic clutch may be adjustable to the pedal, or the hydraulic clutch may need to be bled.
Yeah.
Which is not fun. That sucks. Time to get dirty, Steve. Umi Performance. But you can see the pitman arms slopping on top of the drag link.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's not a good, smooth, tight joint. It looks good under here, though. It's got a nice oil pan. The long tube headers, I've never been a fan of those. I don't know if you are, but
oh yeah. Well, if you're performance minded, yes.
They're very low. They're very low to the ground. And I think this suspension was it QA1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I don't know. It costs a lot of money to build this car, Steve. So I think you did good. You know.
My first impression is I don't think that there's anything that is scaring me like, oh my God, I shouldn't have bought this car.
No.
No.
I mean, all the normal places you look on these cars, like down here in the cowling and stuff like that, it looks real solid and good.
Yeah, well,
Somebody.
Where I worry about these cars is right here. Right here.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And I'm trying to decide if that's the original vinyl top or not. I mean, if it was an inside well-kept car, I could, I don't know that it's been redone. I don't know. But is this some
I
kind
think
of
it
a
has.
radio amplifier, or is that an anti-theft box, or what the heck is that thing?
That is an amp. It's a Rockford Fosgate amp, and this thing up underneath here is 4 subwoofers.
So that's so you can overcome the sound of the mufflers that dump out right there?
Depending on what music you play. I mean, your Taylor Swift won't do that, Steve, okay? You're going to have to play something a little better than that.
You won't hear Taylor Swift coming out of my radio.
I don't know. Love Story might do it. That song Love Story, You don't even know that song, do you, Steve?
Nope. Don't want to.
I guess I just exposed myself.
Will it go on accessory?
What you're witnessing here is man versus technology. Yeah, accessory kicked for a second. There it goes. Fuel pump runs on accessory.
Well, that ain't gonna stay.
No, that needs to go. Oh, there we go.
I don't know anything about how you get.
Turn the other knob. Oh, that was Spanish. You want me to translate that for you? She's singing, "Hey Steve, nice Chevelle."
That don't impress me much.
There's an auxiliary button, and there's a lock and an unlock and a whatever that is, and a light. No clue.
We'll start pushing buttons. Oop, it does have an alarm. It locked the doors too. It's got power door locks. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
All
Is
right.
that good?
I guess, until it breaks.
I see a real bad issue already.
And what do you see?
Right here. And dimple it.
I wonder if that's got something to do with the steering.
No.
Are you fighting against that? You sure?
Yeah.
I think what they did is the steering linkage may have been done a long time ago. Then they came back and put power steering in it. Changed out the box. Be careful with my sunglasses there, Steve, okay?
I know. $15 anyway.
Actually, they were free from Chick-fil-A.
What I do is I just take a deep well socket,
Lay it
and a
sideways
piece of wood, and a C-clamp,
and crush it. Yeah.
and I just kind of crush it on one side. What you have to watch is that you're dimpling the side with the socket, not the
Exactly.
side with the board.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a flat spot on the other side.
Exactly.
Normally, these valve covers would only be this tall.
Yes, you're right.
The only reason for them to be this tall, well, let's just see.
Can't see nothing.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Put your finger right there. You can't do anything, right?
Right.
That's because there's needle bearing rocker arms in there.
Oh, yes, you're
But
right.
the needle bearing rocker arm is okay, fine. But when you run that ginormous camshaft, that rocker arm, this is a 17 lift camshaft, 717 thousandths lift camshaft.
Right.
So it's working on that stud, right? You're really wrenching on that stud.
Right.
So that's a rocker arm girdle.
Oh, to keep it in place. So you don't pull the studs out.
All of those studs are all tied together.
Oh, that's
So
good.
you can't break one unless you break them all.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
Well, I recommend not doing that.
That's the only reason to put these big old valve covers on there,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, that's
And they're cool.
more money.
Now, this data plate tag, Steve, what do you know about these? Because there's supposedly some kind of way to read these things.
Well, I don't know on this one. On the 67, you know, that I was all into, I know that if it was a SS car, the first three numbers were 138.
Right.
And if it wasn't, then they were 136.
Okay, this is 136.
Okay, so this is same deal. This is just a plain Chevelle or a Malibu.
Right.
You know, so you'd have to run that VIN to see if this car, was it a small block column automatic? Was it a
6-cylinder?
Was it a Malibu? Was it
Yeah.
a Chevelle at all? You know,
I'm thinking it may have been a Malibu because of the gauges, I think.
well, even the plain Chevelle
They had the
that,
same
because
sweep
I've
speedometer.
already looked that up.
Have you?
And when you look that up, it's specific. It says when you start looking at gauge clusters and stuff, it'll list 70 to 74 El Camino, Chevelle, Malibu, and then it'll say non-SS.
Right,
It
right.
has to be non-SS, but I think everything else
Mm-hmm.
had that.
Okay. I always thought the Malibus had the swept and the Chevelles had gauges, whether it was an SS or not. That's what I had heard,
I don't know.
but it could be either way. You know what I mean?
We'll find out.
We will. It's a great car, though, Steve, and I'm going to be checking back in with you when you're working on it sometimes, too. So you ready to be on camera with it
Yeah.
when we get to that point?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm hungry. That's my problem. I'm going to get some food. By the way, Steve, I went to the doctor. I told you about my doctor trip, right?
Yeah. You're good to go. Healthy as a horse.
Well, she said my number was 6.5, and I thought that was above average, right? And she was talking about my A1C.
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed with it. So I'm off the sweet tea, Steve.
I used to drink a lot of milk.
I'm not so sure that's great for you either, to be honest with you.
So he said you get 1 glass of milk a day. You know, if I slide in 6 or 8 Oreos, why? You gotta have milk.
That's right.
Too.
But you know what this really means, right? You only live once. So if you're gonna just live this one go and you get this best life to have, you might as well have, this, right? You might as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we can fix whatever's wrong with it.
absolutely.
Hopefully it won't be expensive fixes. So.
Well, we'll be back in touch with all this. So say bye to the YouTube world, Steve.
All right, YouTube guys. We'll catch you on the updates of what's going on.
That's right. Catch you on the flip side.
Exactly.
Thanks for tuning in, Fun Seekers. Make sure you tune in again.